Welcome back to Fire Emblem the Blazing Blade. Last time we, quite a lot of things happened. Not only did we get our first refresher unit, and also our first light magic user, but we met Eliwood and Hector, along with the mysterious siblings Nils and Ninian. And now we're going to be fulfilling a quest for them. They've lost their ring, and now we're heading out to the Black Shadow. A mysterious group seems... I'm surprised they're allowed to say hell in a Nintendo localization of this era. Bent on capturing Nils and Ninian. They're soldiers, apparently. Having failed this group, the Black Fang flees. Rumor has them traveling southwest. Lyn and her colleagues follow, in hopes of recovering a lost heirloom. The Black Fang have made a stronghold of an abandoned castle in Cathalet. Its dark halls were alive with shadowy figures. Oh, I know that sprite. I know who we're going to be seeing here. Yeah, so, this is an optional chapter. This is our first side quest chapter, or paralogue, as they're called in modern games. We will be getting some info here from, honestly, the main reward of the side quest in this game isn't just the extra experience and sometimes items and sometimes new characters. It's the extra story. And the side quests in this game have a lot of very interesting story moments. Because if you don't do this side quest, you won't meet this particular blue-haired character, who you might recognize from Fire Emblem Heroes, until much later in the game. So you get a preview of her now. Also, yeah, this music is the Black Fang's theme. It's another really great song. So we're basically walking into a trap thanks to this ring. I hope it's worth it. Yep, this guy is gonna get Zephyr'd if he fails. That game came out way later, but still. I like how Will somehow made it here first. And yeah, Ninian is a sprite on the map, but she is a green unit for the time being. Yeah, we're not really here for the ring so much as we are here to clean up these assassins and maybe find out a little bit more about what their objectives are. They kind of make it seem like this is a hard chapter, but it's not really. So move carefully. Narrow corridors can be used to our advantage. If we draw the enemy through here, we can engage them in small numbers. And yeah, again, just kind of basically just talking you through different tactics for, going for, the turn count rank. Though, granted, the turn count rank for Lyn's story is quite, relatively lenient. So yeah, we have our, this win again. Also, Fortune. This command cannot be used this time. Well, just gotta keep it in mind, at least. So, we can bring 10 people here. And yes, Nils is an optional deploy. Generally speaking, you want to bring Nils all the time. And for this chapter, it's actually a good idea to have a lot of ranged attackers, but we are going to need Matthew because I think there are chests here. So let's go ahead and check the map. Yes, indeed, there are chests here. So there are a lot of locations where you can hit enemies with range attacks from over the wall. There are also staircases here. That there will be, well, one staircase in particular that reinforcements will come out of. So that's a good place to train ranged attackers. We also have an arch that we might be able to lure into attacking, like Kentel's saying with the javelin. We still have bandits here, because, the enemies haven't really upgraded to fighters yet. There is also an enemy thief here, so you gotta be a little careful. Now, he does actually have 9 speed, so if Matthew does reach him, I can steal his lockpicks, which is kind of amusing. Although on that note, actually, I guess I can explain this now. So anytime that an enemy has an item that is not glowing green, the only way to get that is by stealing it with a thief, in this case Matthew. In fact, Matthew's the only thief you have until, chapter 18 or 19. Yeah, Matthew's got a monopoly on thief duties for a very long time. Okay, so Kent's there. I want to send Kent that way. And Florida using javelins over the wall is going to be effective, because I'm pretty sure the enemies that spawn there are mages. I could be wrong about that, but hopefully I'm not. So we have a... Like, I mean, if I could move Lynn over there, I could, but you're not allowed to move the main character. Okay, I think this is relatively decent of a setup, so... Alright, I did get an extra heal staff. And you can take the spare Iron Lance that I'm probably not going to actually need. I think I'd rather have the Vulnerary on Lucius than on Wrath, and I think I should be good here. Let's move. And we also get this song. This song is called Scars of the Scouring, which, like... The name made more sense in Binding Blade. This is a remix of the Binding Blade sidequest theme, and I, like most remixes of Binding Blade songs that are in this game, I vastly prefer the Blazing Blade version. Actually, I should mention, like, now, a lot of people call this game Blazing Sword, not Blazing Blade. Like, that was, like, the fan translation for the longest time, and I do think Blazing Sword does sound considerably cooler, but I don't know, Blazing Blade is, yeah, because it sounds just similar to Binding Blade, and they're both abbreviated BB as well, so... Yeah, I would prefer if it was called Blazing Sword, but, like, I'm going with the official name now we know the official name, because Heroes... Although, I forget if Awakening first called this Blazing Blade, because, like, yeah, like, they pretended this was the first game in the series, but it's really not. Okay, we have that, Oh! Yeah! So, I was warning about this before, I have to throw away something now that I've got a full inventory, and that's actually problematic, because, if you're going for a good funds rank for Lin mode, you don't want to throw away anything, because, you know, that's a waste of funds. Speaking of a waste, I'm kind of wasting a little bit of movement on Wrath there, but I do want to... Okay, now that we've seen him do that for one chapter, I'm going to go into solo. Now, what this means is, I have to remember to... turn on the animations manually of any new recruit that I get. But, let's put Sarah's off. And Nils is off. So that's going to make things a little bit more convenient, because I can just do this. You still get to hear a little bit of his flute, though. Okay, so this way, because Lynn's on a corner, that archer can't shoot her and not die on the enemy phase. So we've got these narrow corridors here. I guess Sane can move up there to that corner. I want Flora to get the experience there, not the others. So we could either go through that wall, or we could, because it's going to take 2 turns for this thief to get in. Just trying to figure out how I best get Matthew over to... Because I kind of want to steal that guy's lockpick. So the thing about stealing, and it also requires some good inventory management as well, which I wasn't doing there, but I'm not really going for ranks. If you're doing a ranked run, it is very important for your funds rank. 2, if any enemy has a vulnerary or any other kind of item that is stealable, steal it. Because every item that you steal is worth funds. Also, avoiding using vulneraries so that you get more funds, like, so they're worth more funds is also kind of useful, so, like, yeah. Also, every time you buy an item, you are essentially losing half of that item's value in funds. Okay, yeah, Florin is definitely the clan at this playthrough, which I like. Because of, because items are worth their full monetary value. Whereas, okay, maybe I want to break through this wall in one turn if I go Kent Iron Lance first, and then Urk somehow, I mean, why not somehow? Fireballs can easily just, you know, explode walls. So yeah, that thief is going to go and unlock that, so let's get Matthew in here, because I have a funny surprise for him when the time comes. But yeah, like, if anything, like, steal everything that isn't nailed down, basically. So, for example, this guy here has a vulnerary, you want to steal that if you're playing for funds rank. There actually is a turn-by-turn walkthrough out there you can follow that will get you, an overall, like, A ranking for Lin mode. And there is apparently a version of it that I want to say there is actually a turn-by-turn guide you can follow that will get you Nils level 7, while also getting you a good, like, tactics rank for Lin mode. I don't know if it gets 5-star tactics, but, maybe it does. And I know there's also one that does get you the white gem while using one of either the angelic robe or the strength booster that you get later on. But yeah, I prefer to use both of them because, like, honestly, having +2 strength now on somebody that you're going to be carrying over into Eliwood/Hector mode is, in my opinion, way more, like, worth a lot more than 10,000 gold later. I mean, the 10,000 gold later might be somewhat worth it if you're playing Hector mode, because Hector mode's a little restrictive with funds earlier on, but still. Anyway. Yeah, so you are getting warned about reinforcements, but thankfully in this game, reinforcements, and they weren't mages, they were soldiers, reinforcements spawn at the end of the enemy phase rather than the start of the enemy phase, like they did in every... I think this is the first Fire Emblem to not have ambush spawns, although technically speaking, this game is not completely free of ambush spawns. It's very weird. This game is like, it has almost no ambush spawns, but there actually are some ambush spawning reinforcements in this game. Yeah, ambush spawning reinforcements is a term for reinforcements that spawn at the start of the enemy phase and can move the turn they spawn. Yeah, they're called that because they ambush you. They appear, immediately attack you. If, for example, you have a Pegasus Knight, and then an archer spawns next to them and explodes them with an arrow, that's like, yeah, totally not your fault at all, and ambush spawns suck, and I'm so glad that Fire Emblem games don't do that anymore. Well, Maddening Three Houses, I believe, does have ambush spawns, which is unfortunate. So the important thing to know is that if an enemy thief does get a chest, then whatever item they got from the chest will become droppable if you kill them. However, in this game, enemies can only have one droppable item, so don't let a thief steal from 2 chests in one chapter, because that way you won't get everything back. However, I'm just gonna do this. Yoink. Now, I forget if this is gonna make this thief start running away, because I don't really want that, because thieves are actually worth a slight premium when it comes to experience points. You know, I wonder if I really should have done that. Is he going to attack Matthew and then the soldier attacks Matthew? 8 damage, 3 defense. 10, 3 defense. So 7, also 8, because 1 more damage for the weapon triangle. I think he's okay. I think he's okay. We shall see. So yeah, I kind of want these two to go for Lin, although I don't know if Sane can even double them. He cannot? Okay, it's fine if I put Sane around here somewhere. Yeah, I do like how, like, ominous and, like, dire this song sounds. He is gonna... Yeah, okay, that's a little annoying, but oh well. I just wanted to kind of show the steal, and we get extra... Like, but then the lockpicks aren't going to carry over to Eliwood/Hector mode, but they are going to give me a little bit more to my funds rank, so I guess that there's that. Then I'll lose experience, because yeah, there is an experience rank too. Not that I'm really, you know, going for ranks, but the experience rank is really strange, because I'm a guy who likes to maximize his level ups when he plays Fire Emblem. Like, I like to train a lot of people, I like to promote it like level 20, and yet I play that way, and I still do really badly on the experience rank in this game. The experience rank in this game is very weird. It kind of wants you to level up every single playable character at least 5 times. Like, that is pretty much what you have to do if you want to get a good experience rank. It's weird. And that's part of why, like, going for rankings in this game is not technically the same thing as playing efficiently, because you have to play fairly inefficiently, actually, to, like, get good ranks. Now, I don't know if more reinforcements are going to spawn down there, because, like, I kind of like Florida to be down there for more of them. And hey! We get our first level up! Only 6 to go! Or, actually 5. Yeah, no, he has to level up 6 times, so it's 60 times he has to play for people. Yeah, we have a couple of magic users up there, but we are rapidly closing in. Okay, Kent's a little weaky right now, and I don't want Matthew to get hit by all of those enemies, though, so... I don't want Kent to get hit by all those enemies, either. Sane can't quite reach. It's gonna go Yoink Lin, Wrath go there, Sane... I don't exactly want to drop Lin in range of the mages either, but I suppose I can... Because only one of them will be able to attack her, so yeah, Lin there... Kent does have a vulnerability. Although, granted, Matthew could just shank this guy. There's like a thief character named Slade in Shining Force, which, Shining Force was kind of like a rival series to Fire Emblem. Apparently the creator of Shining Force, like, has gone on record saying that he didn't like Fire Emblem. Although, to be fair, Fire Emblem only had, like, the original and Gaiden at the time Shining Force came out, but, like, yeah... I don't know if I ended up actually liking Shining Force all that much. Okay, let me just do a quick preview. How dead is Kent if he goes 3 damage? Okay, yeah. Like, Dark Magic is basically the axes of magic. It's, the most powerful, but also the heaviest and the slowest. Oh, man, but also the heaviest and the least accurate. But yeah, there's a speedrun of Shining Force 2 that I really enjoy because it has, the guy who does it, Bowie the Hero, is like a, I think he has actual professional opera training, and so he made it into a musical where he invented a bunch of songs set to the game's music, and it's better than it sounds, trust me, it's actually really good. So, the reason why I bring that up is that one of the songs that he made for Shining Force 2 was, called Shanking Old Ladies in the Woods. I'm not making it up, that's what the song's actually called. Because in order to grind this thief character, actually no, they're doing it to grind money, but basically they fight a bunch of witches in this forest map, so it's shanking old ladies in the woods. But yeah. Oh, it's always fun when like Pegasus Knights take no damage from being hit by a fireball. At least it's in one of those games where they promote to Wyvern Riders and lose a bunch of resistance, but granted, I'd kind of like it if they did, because Wyvern Riders are cool. Okay, like, I could send Kent in there, but at the same time, I would also kind of like to... I'd want to heal Lid as well, but, like, I'd like Lin to get a little bit more experience. And, like, yeah, if supports existed in Lin's story, like, Lin would actually, like, Lin and Florina would be, like, beyond C by now, because they have, like, the fastest C. I think Lin and Florina have the fastest support rate in the entire game. Like, it takes about as long for them to get to A as most other pairs take to get up to C. It's like, supports do take a long time in this. Okay, gotta remember to actually open this chest. A hammer! I wonder if we'll be meeting a certain armored person later on who will want to smash with that hammer. We shall see. Florina is... I guess maybe Lin can finish this, we'll see. Because I think Florina's getting so high in levels that, like, this is not going to be a level up, we'll see. I said we'll see too much there. And ow, and goodbye. Yeah, not a level up, but it's fine. She's getting pretty close. I could intentionally take another turn. Yeah, I do want to... Oh, that guy does kill her. And I can't get Sarah over there in time. So, right. I will have to vulnerary up in that case. You know what? If it's gonna take one more turn anyway, I may as well just not do anything. This is like totally inefficient. But yeah, here's this guy, Bayard, one of the Black Fang, hunts for Ninian and Nils. Okay, so now Florida can just get her level up off of him. Firstly, though, let's just remember to heal Lin. Sarah doesn't really heal a whole ton at this point because of her low starting magic stat. But okay, yeah, let's sneak Florina around behind and... Okay. I'm not gonna say it. I do like the grey palette that he has. Okay, she did 1% critical. I feel like the track record that she's had so far, she easily could have got that 1% crit, but okay. At least she gets another level up. Yeah, already level 8 here. And no strength, but defense is really nice, and already 13 speed, so yeah. Yeah, her battle to win ratio is actually quite good too, but I guess that's more a sign of just how weak the Lin mode enemies are. And, oh, I can't get another heal in because she's not quite in the right spot, but yeah. Let's go and... Like, Lin could actually be in danger here if, she misses. But she did not miss, there we go. Urgh. I would say those are lame last words, but, well, they'll see. They're not actually going to be his last words. Okay, no strength is a little unfortunate, but it's just kind of how things go with Lin. Yeah, he cyanide pilled himself. Yeah, I get the sense that if we were to directly ask Nils and Ninian what this group wants with them, like why they're after them, we're gonna get 5 Cyclocks in Phoenix Wright terms. Yeah, so at least this is going to convince them that we're the right group to travel with. Because, yeah, that was supposed to be the hard mission, and we cleaned that up pretty easily. I remember there being more reinforcements than that, but I guess not. So, Nini's Grace is actually important later in the game. I forget if you don't have this if you don't do this side quest, because, like, the vast majority of playthroughs do this side quest. I've never actually seen what happens if you skip this, so I wonder if you still have Nini's Grace later if you do. But anyway, that's a story for a long time in the future. So, thank you all for watching, and next time we're going to get back to our actual goal of saving Lin's grandfather. See you all then.